Hello dear students, I hope you all are doing good, and we will learn about applications of forensic toxicology. What's the reason behind the use of forensic toxicology? Why forensic toxicologists are employed in this field? This all question must have came in your mind as soon as you heard about the subject. So let us begin with the applications. Fine. Forensic toxicology is mostly employed in two general areas. First area would be post-mortem drug testing. Now, as the name suggests, post-mortem means after the death of the person, what could be the possible reason behind if it's some unidentified body. Now, how would you identify that whether the death is caused by some accidental poison, whether the reason behind this death is forceful poisoning, or is it case of homicide, or is it suicide? You need to find all these things. So here is why forensic toxicology comes into play. Now second would be workplace drug testing. Now what are these two terminologies associated with? You must be thinking about it, right? So let us learn about it. I will teach both of them in detail, but you make sure that you have subscribed the channel to stay tuned to rest of other video lectures that I will be making followed up this topic, right? So first is post-mortem drug testing. It consists of death investigation with the goal of what is the prime goal of post-mortem drug testing? To identify that the drug, whether the drug is a contributive factor in causing the death of the person, whether the drug that we are thinking is responsible for causing the death, or actually is there a case of something else. So you have to identify it, because there are many cases that we often encounter that are related to accidental or the case of drug overdose. This drug overdose can be intentional, it can be accidental, either of the cases are possible. So this forensic pathologist has to explain it, okay, whether the cause of death is certain drug involved, or the manner of death is suicidal, homicidal, or is it the case of some accidental death. To identify this, the forensic pathologist is assisted by forensic toxicologist. Then the ability of forensic investigator to find the poison in human remains is a major factor in a dramatic decline in poison that is noted over the past 150 years. This data is not of much importance for you, but just keep this in mind. So this is the first general application of forensic toxicology. Now second most important application would be workplace drug testing. This workplace drug testing mostly involves the testing of the biofluids. Now what are these biofluids? Your blood, urine, sweat, this pus as well, pus discharge. These are all the biofluids that are present in the body of a human being, but here primarily we use urine and blood. From name itself, it's quite clear the workplace means the testing would be done on the employees that are involved in the certain profession in order to test the presence of drug. You must be thinking this is a possible violation of right to privacy, but no. Here, as it is mentioned, police personnels and other occupants are often tested for the presence of drug in their body, and it is not exactly the violation of right to privacy. Why? Because here law keeps the public safety above everything, even above the right to privacy of the employee, which is why it is somewhat legal and applicable as well. Employees may also be ordered to provide specimen for drug testing. You must have heard about the doping test that is done to the mostly in case of the Olympic games and in athletes, whichever game must be taking place. So in order to identify if they have taken some drug, or in order to enhance their performance, enhance their ability in the game. The main purpose of testing the drug is to identify the drug of abuse. Now what is drug of abuse? There are certain drugs like cocaine, heroin, amphetamines, which are basically used for therapeutic purpose, but in some cases people often use these drugs for abuse in order to get the sense of euphoria, to keep themselves high, to enhance their performance in illegal ways. These drugs are used, be it depressant or be it stimulant, for a huge number of illegal purposes. Drugs are widely used across the globe. So in order to identify this drug of abuse, workplace drug testing is done. Medical examiner laboratory have a wider mission. They try to establish the cause of death and typically examine the blood and other tissues for drug of abuse as well. As explained, these substances which are used for abuse also have legitimate medical application, like narcotics. These narcotics are great sleep inducers. They are used for a medical purpose. They are also used in carrying out the narcotic test of the accused in order to solve the criminal cases, isn't it? But every coin has two sides. People often use it for abuse, which is common in foreign countries as well. That is reason for causing death and severe illnesses to the youth, which often declines the productivity of the youth because they often get involved in the drug and everything. Consequently, you should bear in mind that many of the compounds cited below or used by person who derive medical benefit from them, what happens is they get addicted to it. If person is given drug for medicinal purpose, they often end up getting addicted to it. They start taking it in more amount than prescribed. These are the cases. However, our prime focus was on to identify the applications of forensic toxicology, but not to discuss what actually the drug of abuse and the types of drugs involved. So we have discussed that there are more of basic two applications that are concerned with the application of forensic toxicology, with the use of forensic toxicology, describing its immense importance in this field, that include post-mortem drug testing and in other words was workplace drug testing. Both are of equal importance. You can describe them in your own words when asked in exams. Thank you so much. Keep watching the lecture and do subscribe our channel. I need your immense support in order to complete my 1000 subscribers. Thank you so much.